Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where I think we are still doomed, but we're going to push as hard as we can here because there's valuable information yet to be gained, right? Like, what turn we enter Era 6 is going to be useful information. Exactly what turn the AI wins its science victory on is going to be valuable information. There are still things to learn here. I wanna see how deep we can get by really pushing. So, speaking of really pushing, we have the Arcana of Authority being researched currently. I know I have the shipyard queued up, but I'm actually going to unqueue that because I really want the first thing I research after this finishes to be scientific specialization because the living lab tool's just like incredibly powerful. So we'll be able to, I guess I was gonna try to like figure out how much titanium we were gonna need for this, but you know what? Actually, I can't predict that yet because we don't know how long it's gonna take. 6,300 science. Actually, it's not gonna take that many turns to get it. Well, that's good for us. So here's what I'm thinking. We can trade techs now that we have a player that we're at peace with. We can trade technology with them. You see, they have a lot of techs. And technology acquired by any means moves you toward opening up the next era. So we can trade techs with them to rush through this a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like in terms of like what we're going to give them or anything. But what I do know is that we're going to need a lot of influence to make it work. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe we take all of the people in all of our cities who are assigned to dust, and we just move them all straight onto influence. Try to bank up as much influence as we can as quickly as we can. And hopefully this will actually be better in terms of long-term science output than the dust. Because while the dust is going to help us rush buildings, and that is important, it probably is more important that we be able to trade techs with the other players. Also, Voldemort, probably we could refocus these people onto influence as well. Really, pretty much everyone except for the two big science cities, right? Yeah, you're finishing right away this turn, whether we... Yeah. Okay. I like that quite a bit. 136. You know what we also could do, actually, is we could sell some more luxuries, or some more strategics here. Right, I can only sell 10 at a time. And... we really don't need any glass steel. Oh, we shouldn't sell titanium, though. That we need. We probably are not selling any of... You know what? Since we found 30 of this, buying another 10 to push us over and just boost it is probably good. But what I'm thinking here is that we need to run a die booster. It looks like that's going to be pretty cheap to do, so hold on. Let's get that. That's just extremely the wrong resource. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We are going to want to run that as well. Boom. Okay. Oh yeah, also dies. Oh, here's the other thing I was thinking. Since it looks like we're not going to war with Grey, we don't really need the military units that we have. I still want to keep one unit from each of these armies, because these armies are positionally valuable, right? They can grab pearls and search ruins and stuff. But I think we're going to sell all but one unit from each army. And I think we want to make sure that we keep 2 level 6 zealots, right? Or sorry, probably the smart way to do this is select all and then unselect that guy and hit sell. This is going to help both in terms of immediately giving me a whole bunch of money and also in terms of lowering the amount of upkeep we're paying for our military units. So, what else needs doing? You're good. I don't think Grey is going to turn on us. I think we're pretty much done with combat. At this point in the game, we really have to be focused now. So I'm gonna large-scale aquatics. Yep. May as well rush the right-of-way. Hold on. Plus 15 from terrain with anomaly. It looks like we are currently working 2 anomalies. Nope, there's ice sculptures here. So this is 45 more science. But I mean, this is what we really want, right? So let's, I guess I can just wait until next turn and start running this next turn and not have to buy any titanium. Yeah, so I am in fact going to buy this out. And then we'll try to rush this in the near future. Also... oh, this is the other thing I wanted to do. This is a problem that comes from me playing the game in a pretty unusual way. I talked a ton about how we were going to knock down Virtus Temple and move it somewhere else. And, like, it's very obviously the correct thing to do, to knock it down and move it somewhere else where it will be more useful. And I didn't do it. And in large part, that has to do with the fact that I'm playing the game 1 hour a day, and then sometimes there are, you know, we hit a weekend and there's a couple days break. And, like, I wonder if I might play the game better if I actually played these games out in, like, larger single sessions and then posted those in chunks to the channel. I like doing it the way I'm doing it, where I record the episode, like, and then immediately upload it and do it that way, because it allows me to be responsive to feedback, which, first of all, is good for you guys because it lets me fix things that are wrong quickly, and secondly is good for me because it lets me crowdsource some of my decision making to our community here. But it certainly leads to some discontinuity in strategy, doesn't it? I don't know. If you have a strong feeling on that either way, let me know in the comments. I'm going to think about it. I might try recording one game in, like, a big chunk and breaking it up. We'll see. But we definitely want to destroy Virtus Temple here, where it is of extremely low value, and instead build it here, where we have a huge number of tiles that have science on them. And that is... oh, yeah, we'll rush that too. Absolutely. Okay. What else should we do here? These pillars are fresh. We don't have to think about those. You know what? Now that we're only running single units here, we should probably update the unit design to include a movement trinket, and then we'll, we could drop... well, honestly, if we're never going to use them for combat again, we could drop that. Throw a movement trinket in there. Okay, and then once they're back in our territory next turn, we can retrofit. You also could use a movement trinket, I guess. And in fact, you just have an empty space, so that's cool. Okay, 11 move. That'll do. I don't know where we're taking him, but go somewhere. Apparently I haven't searched these ruins since I got Endless Mechanisms, so that would be cool. I think we're probably not moving the faction quest forward, just because it's not worth it to unequip Zarcha Atnil from the new science capital. We'd have to leave her off for 5 turns because of the reassignment cooldown, and I think taking her off of here for 5 turns is probably suicide. Well, we're probably dead anyway, actually. Whatever, we're gonna just skip that. Unless, let's keep an eye on the hero market, I guess. She might, an occultist hero might show up. Or, sorry, an ardent mage hero, rather, might show up, and then we could rush with that. Oh, right, the dies. I almost hit next turn without buying these dies. If we are reliant on influence, we certainly want to be running a die booster. Okay, I don't know exactly how much influence we're going to need for the thing I want to do here. We're going to let this run for a couple of turns and then go and try to make a deal. So now we have just enough titanium to begin the Imperial funding. We're obviously going to begin working on science specialization. And it's only going to be like 2 or 3 turns. Honestly, the amount of science we just gained in Amael may be enough to push it over to just 2 turns. And then, of course, there's going to be some amount of science rollover from the previous tech, so actually, it's almost certainly 2 turns no matter what. Alright, so start building that. What is happening? Open wounds. Okay. That is actually completely irrelevant to us, so that's nice. It's nice for a negative thing to not actually hurt. Yeah, we got to get those living lab tools going. That is 3,000 industry. Well, we'll figure it out, because we have to. Alright, so now that we've got that booster rolling, we've got to be okay on approval. I'm sure that founding this city isn't going to hurt. So let's have you walk over here. Search that ruin. We found 40 Palladian. Okay, that's cool. Also nothing. 25 Hyperium. I mean, these are some fairly high-value searches. And then 150 dust, which I'm sure is worth less than either of those other two things. I'm pretty sure we just want to put down here. Yeah, it didn't pull us down out of fervent, so it's just pure value. Okay, well, this, and then that, and then that. We'll start there. I don't think we need to necessarily push super hard here. Like, I don't think we need to spend any dust. This stuff will get done. And, you know, the city's putting out 52 science, and that's even... I don't know, I was going to say that's before our fervent bonus, but no, that has fervent calculated into it. Still, 52 science is probably... Excuse me, 52 science per turn is probably well worth the cost we paid in terms of setting up the settler. Oh, I should have moved one space into the area and then retrofitted. That's a smallish mistake there. Let's get ourselves some pearls, because we still need enough pearls to build the Nyctalopian lenses in the actual capital. We put them down in Amael already. Okay, 250 dust, and... Okay, it's still doing this thing where it's showing me that the ruin could use a search when it, in fact, cannot. I think that's an Endless Legend bug, not a community patch bug. Oh, yeah, sure, get the dye extract drop. That has some value. Over here in Frida, we could build... Well, I could build a science thing, but I have to buy some titanium. That's probably right, though, right? There's 150 dust. Yeah, that's fine. So what makes the most sense? Probably... Oh, I already built the one that makes the most sense. But you know what? Maybe I just want to burrow. Like, since we have more than enough approval... Yeah, you know what? We'll just burrow. I'll use that 10 titanium for something. Probably pretty soon, actually. Okay, what are we looking at in terms of buyout cost here? 49.55. About 700 is going to come off of that each turn. That's not that bad. We'll be able to do that in a couple of turns. Actually, to some degree, it depends on how lucky we get with these ruin searches, right? Oh, this is the... This zealot is using a Palladian weapon, so if we just change up the unit design here, we can get a nice cheap retrofit. Alright, there we go. 11 movement, that's what I want to see. Oh, their city is built... Yeah, that's a district now. That's annoying. Okay, well, turns out we have to take kind of a long way around. And then the hero is doing what? Hero, I guess, is searching this, and then we'll head up and... I mean, there's stuff that needs looking at over here. Hi. We're friends now, remember? Good friends. Okay, 25 Hyperium is certainly welcome. And then, yeah, we can make it most of the way up there. Oh, hey, here. Okay, here's a place where we can use that titanium right away. Yeah, this is probably worthwhile. Okay, and then after we pick up scientific specialization, what are we thinking? So we may want to just go back and focus on cheaper stuff. There is another pillar upgrade here, but I don't know that it's particularly beneficial to us to pick this up until closer to the time that our pillars are going to expire. And if it's actually going to take us only like 2 turns to grab things, right? Like, our pillars have, what, 8, 9 turns left? How many times have I pressed end turn since the episode started? And it's so hard to get a pillar tooltip for some reason. Yeah, 9 turns. We've only moved forward once. So after this, actually, maybe we want to go back and get, like, this, which will give us access to the titanium science boost trinket. This is a nice cheap option, and then we can try to pick up some more. This is certainly the sort of thing we could trade for. And like shipyard is valuable eventually. I don't know. Let's make that the priority for right now. Strikes Far is doing a great job. Probably we need to just move him toward Inspirational Leader. What else? What else? Oh, you know what? Minor factions. We might want to change our minor faction, because the Silics are certainly generating dust for us right now, although in kind of an indirect way. But I wonder if it's better for us to jump back to haunts at this point, even though we do only have one village, and so it's only 5% boost. I still think a raw science boost is the most valuable. Yeah, this is the most valuable thing we could have. And it's only 30 influence. It's a pretty immaterial amount, given that we are now generating like 7 times that per turn. Okay. Stuff's coming along. So if we sell off all of this stuff that we just gained, we don't need that. We probably aren't ever going to need this. Honestly, glass steel is also just cell fodder. And we aren't going to need 75 Hyperium. Well, we probably only need 25 more? Hold on. I need to be able to build this. I need to be able to build both of these things. So that's 20 right there. Plus, we need to be able to queue up another Imperial funding in the capital. But honestly, yeah, that probably is all we need. So we can sell 50 of our Hyperium, which is pretty valuable. Okay, that got me to 2.6. Yeah, we're going to be able to rush this soon. I feel confident. Oh, you know what I just realized? There was something else I was going to do with Emoroya. Peck's Care is still here. And that's terrible, because he should be in the capital. Yeah, again, some discontinuity of strategy, maybe, responsible there. But also, you know, sometimes I make mistakes without having a long period of downtime to blame them on, because sometimes I just am bad. That happens from time to time. From time to time, I am bad. Okay, apparently we have to wait. I think we're probably going to go back to a 6-player map with 6 players on it for the next game, just to see if it helps with the slowdown at all. The fact that there's so much stuff happening in the AI's brain. Okay. That's true, I did unassimilate the Sillies. I'm wondering if that's responsible for the slowdown, or at least part of it. Okay, so you need to search me... Oh, this is the quest ruin. We're not actually going to be able to search this. Shoot, okay. Well, you guys could come over here and get this one for me. You can certainly grab that. Okay, I mean, it's not nothing. I actually did search this, right? It's this thing where it misrepresents the status of the ruins is really annoying, actually. We have that guy grab that, another 40 Palladian, and then these two could just hang out together, again reducing our maintenance cost. Actually, let's grab this one first so that we can hit this and then run through to grab those. Oh, hey, look, they have a Wind Guardian. Very impressive. I don't know what you intend to do with that. You know, since we're friends and we would never fight each other. Honestly, at this point, if he attacks us, it's pretty much just stepping on somebody while they're down. Okay, 40 pixie blood. Sure, who doesn't want a big bowl full of pixie blood? Stuff's delicious. Okay, we found nothing there. So we are at just enough to buy this out. That was pretty handy. And then next turn we're going to have access to this, so we can start building that right away. We are going to have to buy some titanium. But hey, pretty good. Pretty good start there. How much extra science is this going to be? 5 per tile that has science in it that we're exploiting. City goes from 2218 to what? Kind of curious exactly how much this is going to turn out to be. $25.25, not bad. Oh, and Zarcha Atnal leveled up off of it. So we're going to get another 15% science on the city. Yeah, I still think we're so far behind that we probably can't win. Last we got notified, Blue had researched 2 of the End Era techs, right? So that's pretty not ideal. I don't know. Sometimes the AI get distracted and they start researching a bunch of garbage for no reason. If that happens, maybe we're still in this. I need 21 titanium. That didn't actually buy, that last point. Purchase. There we go. 16 turns. That's not awesome. It's gonna mean, yeah, it's gonna mean 15,000 dust buyout. Well, you know, we'll get there. We have things to sell. Okay, with 600 influence, let's go and talk to this guy. So, what does he really want? I think we know that he would really like it if I went to war with Blue, and that is a thing we could do. Hold on, we gotta put something from him on the table so that I can get a readout of how he feels about stuff. So that declaration of war is obviously great. Oh, these are all negative. He doesn't want to do any of that. Okay, well, what if I didn't want to declare war, though? He values our pearls like a lot. That's 8 pearls. Jeez. I also value my pearls quite a bit, though. You want some tech? Okay, that's interesting. And I don't feel bad trading him tech at all, because first of all, he's almost certainly already in Era 6, and secondly, he's not going to win a science victory, no matter how this goes. Blue is the only competitor that we care about. So, like, what if I picked up... We've already got alchemical armor in and basically finished, so let's not worry about that. But what if we picked up, like, shipyard? And then just the cheapest techs available from there? Looks like we could maybe get hydrology if we give him a little something else. We give him military science, or I'm trying to... Is there something I could give him that wouldn't cost me quite that much influence? Probably not, huh? Alright, well, I mean... That's not bad. That gets me 4 technologies. It does wipe out our influence balance. You know what? I need to think about our empire plan, too. I'm willing to make this trade, though. Look, we're best of friends. In fact, that was even a little bit biased toward you. Okay, so where are we at here? We're going to finish alchemical armor this turn, so we need 3 more techs beyond that, which is like Arrow 1 stuff, right? Just get all the Arrow 1 stuff, because those are the cheapest things we have access to. We're not actually that far from hitting the final era here. We could grab another tech from this era. You know what? The sacrificial amplifiers is probably... Yeah, okay, let's... Hold on. Let's grab sacrificial amplifiers. I guess I can grab this first. These two are actually no value. These are just things that I was researching because they're cheap. We'll put this second. It's still going to research before we actually can make use of it. And then we'll grab boarding vessels, I guess? It doesn't really matter what. Okay. Yeah, good. We need to save dust up pretty seriously to work on the living lab tools, but that aside, I think we're in a good spot here. I do need to figure out what is my plan. Oh, hey, there's a ruin we haven't searched over there, too. I need to figure out what is my plan in regards to the Empire plan, though. So, here's your next target. You guys, this... Man, even in the zoomed out view, it's misleading me. I know, we actually hadn't searched that? Weird. Okay, let's get in the water. Now that we have the ability to get in the water, let's go get pearls. Then we can make the lenses. Okay, things are going. Maybe even swimmingly. They're certainly going. Is there anything else I need to queue up here? Not really. You're about to finish your dye extractor. What do you do after that? We could build some more approval structures and thus reduce the amount of industry we have to spend building up our approval. Or the amount of dust we have to spend building up our approval when the boosters wear off, but also we could just get 9 more science. Seems fine to me. So, Empire Plan. We certainly don't need this anymore. I would love it if we could get out to here. That's 1,200. If we also got to there to reduce the amount of dust we have to spend on approval, or maybe to here to make buyouts even cheaper, we're talking about 1,700. I have 8 turns left, and we're getting 200 plus a turn. You know what? At this rate, we'll hit that 1680. Okay, looks like we're leaving a lot of people on influence then. Because that's probably pretty valuable, that improved empire plan. Okay, let's keep pushing forward. There we go. Keep pushing forward. I think we have, what, 6 or 7 turns left on all those luxury boosters? So we have some time. And we just got our ability to build, or to equip our heroes with stuff. So 2656 is the current value here. Let's see, once we equip Zarcha Atenal with this, this one. This book, that's going to be 8. We're going to have to buy some. Alright, she's going to need one, and Pex Kara is going to need one, but I think that's it, right? Because Strikesfar is in a city where we're not focusing on science yet. Okay, that was a pretty significant gain. Okay, yeah, because Strikesfar is in a place that has to stay focused on influence if we're going to make our influence goal, because we're going to get there, like, pretty narrowly. Here we definitely need to buy more titanium, because the city should absolutely have an alchemy workshop. The city fell behind on reasonable buildings because of, it being the heart of our war engine and everything. So you guys should grab that, and then there's a sea ruin all the way down there, but honestly, getting there, it probably is better we get on land and just take the road, because we're pretty bad at moving in the water. Here, we're certainly going to put up some Nyctalopian lenses. You know what? It's really important that we get this done, so I really do need to save dust for this as much as possible. What are we looking at in terms of resource sales? Okay, 2.3k. I mean, we're still working on it. Oh, man, stockpiles. Oh, I didn't even think about this, but if we'd gotten the stockpile tax... Like, boarding vessel provides us with no value. And that's really true of Search Party as well. I think we're burning a little bit of science here, because I think we have... Yeah, Search Party is 95% of the way completed already, so we should probably just let that finish. But we should probably grab the stockpile tax, right? Maybe don't even bother with... No, the pillar thing's got to be good. But being able to purchase stockpiles from the market is also pretty good. With both of the stockpile tax, each one of them is 1,600 of its relevant resource. And while that's not a huge amount of science for us relative to our science output, it's still like a 33% increase in overall science output is considerable. And then, of course, we could buy the industry stockpiles, too, and use them to help rush buildings. I think the dust effectiveness of those is pretty high relative to the effectiveness of just spending dust. Yeah, man, maybe we do skip the pillar thing? No, we don't. That's not right. There's no way that's right. So, like, going for unskilled labor, cutting off Search Party now and going for unskilled labor instead. It adds a turn to our push, but it also adds a lot of effectiveness. And then we can do that, and that still works out in time, right? How much time do we have left on the pillars? Oh my god, pillar tooltips. 6 turns. So actually, we probably have to... I guess it doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't hurt us too much to do it this way. In fact, there's no reason not to do this first, right? Yeah, because we're not going to be able to buy the stockpile. We're not going to use any stockpiles until both of the techs are done either way. Am I doing the math right on this? Yes, we need 3 more. Okay. Okay, okay. Well, we're getting there. We're coming along. Yeah, there's a fair amount of dust. You know what? Yeah, let's jump in the water, grab this huge stack of pearls, and then we'll get out of the water over here and search that ruin as well. Okay, we're doing our best. Our Empire Science output is 4,500 right now. We are fervent. We still have all this stuff running for another 5 turns. Well, we've certainly whipped ourselves into shape. I think we're too far behind, probably. You know, we could sell off the remaining zealots. It's less important to keep them now that we've pretty much decided we're not going to go after the faction quest. Okay, that's a fine time for that to end, I suppose. Although, I guess we do lose movement, right? We had confluxes up. That's a little bit of a shame. What on earth was I even doing with you? Well, all of the ruins are now correctly reporting whether they've been searched or not. Oh, I think I was going to search a sea ruin. That's right. I was going to search a sea ruin, but it just made more sense to come up on land. Well, if we're going to do that, we may as well go for this one. I think. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, blue just hit 4 techs, so they are not screwing around. They are actually going for it. We are definitely going to lose. But the turn on which they beat us is important. The turn that we get into tier 6 is important. Like, there's still lots of useful information yet to be gleaned. Let us make sure we get value. We're not going to be able to buy that out anytime soon either. I think we just kind of have to keep pushing on here. We're still gaining science at a pretty impressive rate. Like, we're not nearly at the height of our power, but that's a problem. The fact that it's turn 114 and somebody always has already has 4 of the victory techs, and we're not nearly at the height of our power. Like, I definitely did not do a good job of managing our tempo here. I did all of the right things, but I did some of them too early and some of them too late. And sorry, I didn't do all the right things. I forgot to... Like, we needed to keep expanding through the mid-game, especially while we were fighting that quote-unquote defensive war against the cult in Coldramore. So, there are certainly things we can do better next time. Hopefully we will have a start that is at least of comparable quality. You know, maybe a little bit better. Which is not to say that our start here was bad, but what if we had a really great start next time? So we're about to have sacrificial amplification. I think we're well on track for our Empire plan. Pillars are now +6, +3 during winter. You know, that's with 2 upgrades on that pillar, just +6. So you can see +16 is the highest level. I thought for sure that there was an Empire or a pillar level upgrade from the faction quest, and it seems like there wasn't, because we're almost done with it. We're at step 6 here. We're almost done with it, and we haven't gotten that upgrade. But clearly, the ones in the tech tree are not the only upgrades. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. Alright, let's buy ourselves 6 more titanium. And we will keep pushing science as best we can. In Emoroya, I think we have to do the same thing, right? Yeah, after the Empire plan, we're going to refocus all of our citizens on industry, probably, or on science, rather, so makes sense to build the buildings that reward us for doing that. Although, in some cases, they're going to have to be given a little bit of a push. So what turn was it that we saw Blue's I have 4 techs now message? Was it 113? I wonder how long it's going to take them to actually get on the 5th tech. Sometimes the AI researches like weird stuff that doesn't really help them. They don't always perform their researches in a sensible manner. So I really have no idea how much time we have left. It could actually be a fair amount, but given the amount of distance we have to travel, I would say that at this point it is clear that there is no way we can win. I want to see how much we end up behind by, though. Information to be gleaned. Also, man, if they finish their 4th victory tech on turn 113, that means that like they totally can win by about 120, which is going to mean that we have to speed our game up considerably. Or, in the next game, we have to find a way to actually put some pressure on the leader. Yeah, give me free stuff. Nope, nothing. Well, I tried. And this, this might be an anomalous game. We know that a couple of players were removed, so it may be that Blue was the one who took out the weak players and then gobbled up their territory. Blue may have had a lot of cold regions, which contribute considerably to science. There's no reason to think that this is necessarily the speed with which they will win on future attempts, but it's gonna tell us something. I think we wait one more turn on this before we make any real attempt to buy that out. We're just too far away still. So yeah, we get our good Empire plan, we switch everybody in the Empire over to science. Unfortunately, I don't really have a good sense of how long it's going to take us in the final era. We could look at the tech levels and do a little bit of napkin math. So we're at 4683 here. We're looking at 80,000 science for the difference engine. But we're going to have scientific specialization up. Once that's done, we can start pouring dust into science improvements in Alondarin, in particular, Imperial funding. Yeah, like our research rate is going to keep increasing, so it's hard to know exactly what we're looking at. But right now, that's representing like in the neighborhood of 20 turns, which is not obviously going to work. We certainly do not have 20 turns. And remember, well, not 20, but remember that after we research this, we still have to do 4 more. So we're very far away yet. We're probably like, even assuming that things go really well from us or for us, we're probably 30-ish turns away. I think that's a very favorable. We make some very favorable assumptions in that estimate. Have a city with 15 districts in order to get... Wow, that's a good reward. We certainly did not get there, although Amiel's not that far off. Alright, Frida needs to build... we actually have enough... You know what? Yeah, go ahead and build this. Because in this city, once we move everybody back over, that's actually going to be considerable. Or... Wait. Coldramore is where we should do that. Let's cancel that. Get my pearls back. And instead, Frida can build... Man. None of this stuff is very good. I guess Frida has a river. Yeah, sure. Get me 6 more titanium. It was a fairly cheap move. It didn't actually purchase. Yeah, it's being really weird and sluggish right now. Okay, that time it actually happened. Okay, so we would need to put together 8760. We are not anywhere near that, actually. Yeah, because we just don't have very much that we can afford to sell. We could sell off all this stuff. We're not going to need that to boost. We're going to want to focus on luxury boosters that actually give us value in addition to the approval. But yeah, it's going to be like 2 more turns before we can buy that out, probably. We just don't have stuff to sell. And the military units aren't valuable enough, unfortunately. Oh, right, this is the one where you have to bring a Delver back to the thing. Okay, well, head down here, I guess. How many turns are we talking about there? Honestly, not that many. We're fast, and the roads are very effective. Oh, okay, well, we got a quest that does actually nothing for us. That's a shame. We'll go fight these guys, because we can bring in the garrison of Coldramore, and the hero will handle them quite easily. We're getting pretty close to Empire Plan time. Are we going to hit our threshold here? I might have to move some people in the capital over to influence, just to make sure we get there. We'll go back in and do the math in a second. And that's us in Era 6. So turn 118. Alright, good to know. I don't really have a good sense of whether this... Oh. Well, okay then. We're going to continue playing, because I want to see something. I don't really have a good sense of whether this represents a fast Era 6 or a slow one, because, like, we did steal a great science city, but also I feel like I kind of donked the mid-game a little bit. Like, there was some not great plays, some not good optimization happening. But let's see something. So that didn't actually move us into... did I miscount somewhere? I guess I must have. Oh. Yeah, the UI is being super weird and laggy right now. Okay, we would need to reboost a bunch. So we definitely have to run, at the very least, a Dust Orchid booster, a Titan Bone booster, and Moonleaf for the science, which of course is the most important one. Alright, and with all of those running, do we hit... Yeah, we hit Fervent. Okay, so we don't actually need to worry about the wine. With all of those running... Hold on, we're going to do one more turn and then actually get into Era 6 and see what the final value of these is. Because, of course, the cost increases as you get more techs. You know what? We maybe could have slowed Gray down, or slowed Blue down, by doing our tech trade with them, right? I could have given them a bunch of garbage to push their tech costs up. I don't know exactly how much that would have helped, but like as soon as they hit Era 6, there's no reason not to give them tech anymore, right? It doesn't help their progress toward the science victory anymore. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Okay, so Madanav has finished its labs. We should probably just like build one of those, I guess. And yeah, we're close to finishing that, so we're gonna run one more turn here. Looks like the Draken came over and murdered the quest armies for us. Just like an act of pure spite. I get it. I've been there. Sometimes I have been that guy. Okay, and then once you finish moving, we're just moving on to the next turn here. We're going to see if we can't get a sense of how far away we were. Because we're going to... It is gonna be over 20 turns. Or maybe exactly 20 turns, including rollover and everything. Right, because the cost of this is going to be over 90,000 now. Yeah. Now, our pillars are going to be a little bit more effective the next time we put them down. We still have this coming. So... Man, that's rough, though. We're still really far out. We're probably talking about a victory coming after turn 140. Because, like, this isn't actually going to be 21 turns, right? Although we're not actually going to be able to rush this. I was thinking about rushing that, but we have to put down pillars, right? So the dust water and the dye ran out. That's actually a big problem, the dye running out. We have to reboost dye. Although we have some. So we only have to buy 33. Yeah, we're gonna play until the Empire plan kicks in. I think. I just want to see where we're at with our boosts and stuff running. All right, so we did that. Then we want to do pillars. Part of me wants to do as many pillars as we can afford. Part of me remembers that we have a thing that we're trying to build over here. $525. I have no good sense of what we're talking about in terms of expenditure here. So that gets the difference engine down to 16 turns. Next one's going to be 1,000 by itself. No, like, it's pretty important that we get that done. So we're talking about 16 turns on the difference engine. If that finishes on 135, then we're probably talking about... But it's not going to, right? We're going to finish this long before the 9 turns, certainly. And then we have other science buildings going up in other places, and the Empire plan's going to matter. Let's make sure we're cool on that. 1545. We were looking at this, right? So I need to 680 is... Wait, sorry, what? Was it 1680? Yeah, 1680. Okay, to 1680 from here is only actually 125. So we could actually even pull some people off of influence right now. Like in Cauldron War, probably. Actually, maybe a lot of people? Alright, 126 puts us at... Yes. It puts us at yes, right? Oh no, sorry, it has to be 135, because I can't do math. Math is, you know... Listen, we've talked about it. It's tricky sometimes. Okay, so let's run through the Empire plan. I wanna see what it looks like once we have the Empire plan up, where we're at science-wise. Man, that 118 though, that is a harsh timer. Again, that's probably anomalous. It probably is the case that Blue really got to take off by eating like 2 other players or something. We shouldn't necessarily expect to see that every game. But also we can do better. So it's a little grim, but like don't look on this as a desperate thing. Okay, we made it to 1680. This is not a great time for winter. Yeah, the industry hit really sucks. Alright, the gold booster ran out, which is not... Oh, that is actually pretty important. Alright, like important enough that we should definitely get it running again this turn. Buy ourselves 5 gold. A back-breaking purchase, for sure. It didn't actually... Okay, there we go. Alright, that's got us back to Fervent, and of course back to making way more money. That's actually very significant. We do this thing. Come on. Come on. There we go. You are... Boy, the UI is completely lagging out. This is terrible. Actually, approval levels here could use a little bit of a push. So yeah, I would probably just build a central market there. Madanav, I don't even know, man. I'm sorry to tell you that what you are doing probably does not matter. Okay, and then there are people here who need to get back on science. There are people here who need to get back on science. Alright, yep, everybody's off of the non-science resources. And then it's looking like this is even less likely to work out in our favor. We're making a little bit less money here. I didn't buy any stockpiles even after getting their value up, so that could have made a difference, maybe. Because, like, okay. This group of stockpiles, you're talking about 2 industry per dust. That's a pretty good rate of gain, actually. The normal... Well, it's hard to tell here, because this won't tell us how much industry is left. But, like, for example, this burrow costs 1350 industry. Or it would be 5707 dust. So, in that case, you're paying... 13, it would be 4 point something, right? Because 5 times 1350 is 65. It's 6,000 something. So yeah, this is 4 and change dust per industry, whereas buying the stockpile is half a dust per industry. So yeah, I should have bought one of these last turn and run it, and then we could have bought some more stuff. But actually, for right now, I'm willing to just sell everything. Like, we just got to make it to this value because I really, really want to see what our numbers look like with that thing running. I'm just entering 10 because my fingers are already over the 1 and 0. So what do I have to get here? 5931. Actually, maybe not gonna be able to see that next turn. Yeah, this is not gonna get us there. If we sell you and we sell you, I'm just like, probably the this stuff is not enough to push us over. No. Well, and I don't have anything else to sell, so we just don't make it. Okay, we'll have to wait now. We'll have to wait till next turn. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Okay, this winter does not affect us at all, which is fine. This will put us over the purchase price, and then we have to hit end turn one more time to see what our rate of science gain looks like with this completed. We get a pretty good sense from there of where we might be when Difference Engine finishes, and then that's going to double our total science output, and then we have to do 4 more techs of this size. How did that suddenly... That changed from 11 turns to 3 turns? What on earth happened there? Oh, right, the Empire plan. Yeah. We took all the cost off of the thing. Also, I don't actually want to finish Borough Streets. So, we should talk about why that works the way it does. The Empire plan. When you pick this thing up, it reduces the total cost of the building, not the amount that you have left, right? So, like, my intuitive reading of this would be that it lowers the amount that you have left to work on the building. So, like, if a building costs 1,000 and you had already put in 700, this would reduce the 300 you have left. And then, obviously, a building that you start new on just has 33% less cost. But this takes 33% of the whole cost of the building right off the top. So that's pretty great. And then the buyout is even cheaper because it is now based on the new lower industry costs. So this is actually crazy cheap. And then we would want to next do... This is... What do we have? That's an anomaly symbol. Yeah. Chromatic land. So 1, 2... Is that also 1? Ice sculptures. Okay. So this would be 45. No, this is 15 on level 2 districts. This is way better. So, just out of curiosity, could we push to get another one of these done? That didn't actually purchase, despite making the noise. Climatology Guild would be 6901, so no, we couldn't. But we'd be able to buy this out in like a turn or two. Alright, so let's, I guess I should assign something, I don't know. Here, lenses, here, inquest, it doesn't actually matter. So on turn 122, we are looking at, I'm going to guess this is going to come down to like 8, maybe? Maybe 7. Because remember, this is only doubling the one city's science output. Okay, 8, yeah. But it is doubling our largest city's science output, so it's meaningful. Also, at some point here, because we're buying out expensive things, at some point Zarcha Atnal is going to get another level up, and when she does, we're going to gain another 15% science from this city. And I don't know how all these bonuses stack for sure. I would assume that all of your flat bonuses stack additively, and then on top of that, all of the percentage bonuses stack additively with each other. So yeah, 53, 66. So we're 8 turns off of the difference engine. That finishes on 130, maybe even sooner, because we'll be able to rush this before then. We're still picking up science stuff, although not super quickly. So yeah, that finishes on 130, and then we have to pick up 4 more. So 140 is not totally insane, but it's unlikely. It's probably closer to like 145. That's a pretty significant gap. That's like almost 30 turns too late. Well, it's grim, but the situation is not hopeless. We learned some things here. I'm kind of like getting back the feeling of how play has to be paced. I didn't grow our cities enough. I didn't expand enough. The war kind of tripped me up. Like, we needed to go to war probably earlier, and we needed to spend fewer resources on it. I overcommitted. So that, we could have saved some there. We did not win, but we're going to come back tomorrow with a new game, starting Ardent Mages, and we're going to try again. We're going to use the things we learned from this loss. We picked up a lot of information about pacing and stuff here. We're going to have to hope that 118 was an anomalous win, because I don't know how often I can win an internal victory in 120 turns. But that's going to be it for us for today, obviously. Come back next time, tomorrow, to see if we can't head toward a new victory on the horizon. I'm trying to sound hopeful here, but I'm a little nervous, if I'm being honest. And we'll see you then.